Hey projection mappers, this is Dan Phillips from Phillips Projections, and you are watching one of the final videos in my Davinci Resolve tutorial series. It's not the final, but it's really close. In this video, it's really just an excuse to add some green screen footage in just to get you trying it out. So we are going to be adding some, Christmas vacation spirit into our show through the use of green screen, and I will show you how to add those types of components in. This is very, very useful as you start creating your own shows. Adding that green screen footage in really helps you add a lot of dynamic elements into your show that you can move around, and you don't really have to worry about fine-tuning too much because with the layering, because it's already a transparent element. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, I have the hanging Griswald. We're going to add him hanging from a gutter. So I have my hanging Griswald, and we can drag and drop and add it in. If it's giving you problems adding it in with the edit, you can always go back to the cut tab, and you can do it there as well by dragging and dropping. Now I want mine to be right around that time where the lights turn on. So that's where I marked by putting my time there. And I had the magnet tool on so it would snap right to that spot. Now when I added the hanging Griswald, you can see once again it added the audio, and I don't need that. So I'm going over to my audio 2, right click, delete track, and that got rid of that, but I still have my hanging Griswald on there. But you can see, one, he is way too big. Here's the house, which you can't even see. And two, you can't see because the green screen is there. Now there is an easy fix to that, and it's actually really not bad getting the green screen out in Davinci Resolve. Now, compared to After Effects is definitely easier to fine-tune and have it a nice crisp clear, where I don't feel like I ever get as crisp and clear with Davinci Resolve. However, one's free, one's not. So I can deal with a little bit of outline. But this is a way to get it the closest. So you are going to click on your hanging Griswald. You are going to click on Effects. I'll turn off the media pool because we don't need it. We're going down to Open Effects, and we're going to scroll down until we see Resolve FX key, and we're going to be choosing the 3D keyer. So I'm going to select this, click, drag, and drop it on top, and you will see that once again a whole lot of nothing happened. That's just because we haven't told it exactly what we want it to key out. So I closed my effects just to keep a nice open space here. I made sure I'm clicked on that. I'm clicking on the inspector and effects. And now the next thing I need, because I'm working in Open Effects, I want to make sure my viewer is set to Open Effects Overlay. And not only is it there, but I want to make sure I click it so it's on and white. Now we're getting into the keying. So you can see it says 3D keyer here, and you have a lot of options. The first thing I need you to do is go over to this eyedropper, and you are going to just click and drag down. That's it. Hey guys, I hope you are enjoying the tutorial so far. There is a lot of time and research that I put into all of these tutorials. It is great that we have platforms like this that I can help share and spread the knowledge. These tutorials are ad supported and from donations from generous viewers like you. In an effort to further share the information, give a better experience for the viewers, share files and resources, as well as support the channel monetarily, I created a website and a course. The website houses a lot of information, and resources from many great contributors in the projection mapping community. It is updated regularly as new useful resources become available. The course, that's another resource that is continuing to grow. It acts as an organized and ad-free experience. There is exclusive content and resources that are included with the course enrollment. For instance, the media used in the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation tutorial series, well, that's in the course, included for free. You just need to click to download. The final platform is the store. In the store, you will find different resources that are available for purchase at reasonable prices. Keep an eye out for coupons and specials, especially during the off-season. All of the funds that are raised are reinvested back into the growth of the channel through purchases of hardware, software, and other things that can be used to create new tutorials, reviews, and demonstrations. There are 2 free things that you can do right now to support the channel. Please like this video and subscribe below. The more likes and followers that we have, the more likely companies are to send loaner or demo resources for us to work with and share on this website, all free for you to access. I thank you for your time and consideration of supporting this channel. Please enjoy the remainder of your free tutorial. Now, this is a nice clean 3D background where it is a clear chroma key and there's not a lot of extra noise or anything like that. Now, if there was extra noise, a good thing to do would be to go over to Final Composite and change that to Alpha Highlight Black and White. And what you want is something exactly like this. You want it to be a clear black and a clear white. Nice contrast in between. No grays. The more gray is, you'll have kind of that weird green like overlay kind of like outline. And you don't want that. If you do have some gray in there, you just go back to your pen, your dropper with the add, and you just color over top of it until you get it where you want it to get. Then you change your output back to Alpha Highlight, to Final Composite, and then there you go, you are set. Another thing you can do to fine tune it is to go into the matte Finesse. So you can go in here and you can finesse it this way. You can change the in out, you can change the black, the white. You can go into key adjustments and you can change some things in there. That's another good way to try to get some of that overflow taken off. I'm going to zoom in just to see what this looks like because I'm looking at it pretty far and it's looking pretty good. Alright, so there is a little bit of grain there. We can agree. I think what we're going to do is use the in and out. So let's show how that works. Whoops, there we go. Let's use the in and out. As I move this in towards, you see that it starts disappearing. And I'm going to add a, whoa, that blur went really fast. So I'm going to turn that on just a hair. And I think let's do like 0.1. All right, and then go up there in increments. Maybe 3/10. All right, maybe 5/10. There you go. I don't think I'm going to go much than that because for this effect, you're not going to really notice it as much. All right, now I'm going to zoom back out just to see what it looks like. And this is looking really good. Now I'm going to do some placement. So I'm going back to my video. I'm going to maneuver him this way, and I want to make sure everything is locked. Another way you can do this, remember, you can go into the transform box. And you can just grab from the corners. All right. Now, there's my front door in my garage, so I want to make him to perspective. All right, so I want to make him where he's not looking too crazy big, but also enough that you can see what he is. So I'll make him just a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to choose where I want him to hang. So I want a nice spot where you can really see, and if I think back to my template, right in between here is a nice spot in siding. However, he might fall off a little bit. So another spot that I could do might be over on this side, or I can have him hanging down here. But I think if I have him over here, like right off of there, I think that would be good. So I'm just going to do a little bit of scrubbing. And off to that side, perfect. I think that's going to be really good there. All right. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take him and I'm going to move him underneath this track. So when it goes to fade out, it will fade him along with it as well. Which, let's see, turn that off. Get back out. There we go. As we go back out, he is all faded out now. Now I'm going to turn off my housing template track and take a look at it. Once again, it's a little choppy just because of the rendering, but you can see that he moves back and forth as he's going. I think that's going to be really fun. So in this video, we talked about adding green screen in. I'll just go over it real quick with you one last time as a quick hit. You go into Effects, 3D Keyer, drag and drop it over top of the video you want to 3D key. Make sure that you are in Open FX Overlay and it's on. You're going to click over to the effects. You're going to just use this eyedropper tool to paint on the green or blue, whatever that background is that you want to get rid of. You can fine tune by changing this over to alpha highlight black and white. You can also fine tune by using these adjustments in here. And then when you are done, make sure it's set to final composite and go back to your final output, and you will see that this will look awesome. And then the rest of the things, transforming any of those other things, those are all just normal. Your 3D key is done. So I hope you learned something new from this video, maybe got some ideas about some different things and effects that you can do on your own projection mapping show. This 3D keying, the green screen elements are probably one of the best things that you can learn for creating these shows. You're going to use them a lot. If you'd like to learn more about Davinci Resolve or projection mapping, make sure you check out my YouTube channel, Phillips Projections. Make sure while you're there, you subscribe and you like. You can add any comments or reach out to me via email. Don't forget, you can go into the holidayprojectionmapping.com to check out all of the different resources that are available on there, including our store, which includes these elements if you did not purchase a course. And if you did do the course, these elements are included along with a nice organized ad-free environment that you can go through and track your progression through these shows. And all of the new tutorials are added onto the course, so make sure you get into that while the price is still lower, although I'm trying to keep the price low no matter what. But go over there, because the more content and resources that I have in there, the price will slowly creep upwards. So make sure you get in there early so you can enjoy all of the resources to come without added cost. Thanks for watching, and we will wrap this all up in the next and last Davinci Resolve tutorial, Christmas Vacation tutorial video series.